Welcome to today's tutorial on how to create a new vendor. We will show how to do so on both Dynamics GP and Business Central. Let's start with Dynamics GP. We first navigate to the button labeled Purchasing. Then under the Card section, we click on Vendor. Here is the vendor maintenance card. We start by entering a vendor ID. Let's call this vendor Test Vendor. Next we will fill in the vendor name as Test Vendor. We will also specify a class ID for our vendor. Let's click on the search icon to view a full list of existing vendor classes. Let's select the Canadian Vendors Inventory class for this example. Press Select. Now we will create an address ID for this new vendor. Let's call it Test ADR. Next we'll specify the country code. Let's choose CA for Canada. And press Select. Now that we've filled in all required fields, let's go ahead and save this new vendor. And we're done. We can close this window. Let's move on to Business Central. We start by navigating to the search icon at the top of the page. In the text field, search for vendors. Click on the button labeled Vendors under the Lists section. The list of vendors opens up. To create a new vendor, we navigate to the New button on the top ribbon. For our example, we'll choose to create a business-to-business vendor. To start, we give our vendor a name. Let's simply enter the value Test Vendor. That's all we'll specify under the General tab for now. Next we will enter the country/region code. Click on the drop-down to view a full list of codes. We'll select CA for Canada. Under Contact Information, we fill in the contact's name. In our case, the contact is Jolie. We have the option to add more contact and address information if needed. We have to specify the tax area code, as it's a required field. Click on the drop-down to view a full list of codes. Let's select Ontario. There are more tabs below where additional vendor information can be added, if need be. We can go back to the full vendor list. Here is our vendor. We've created one on Business Central as well. In summary, we've shown how to create a vendor on Dynamics GP and Business Central. Both follow a similar process of navigating to the vendor card and entering all required information for that entry.